Have you ever felt completely stretched too thin, like your day is packed with so much to do that you're always busy but never really getting anywhere? If so, you're not alone. And that's exactly what Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less by Greg McKeown, is here to solve. This is a direct, straightforward audiobook summary designed to fit this complete book into a bite-sized format under 15 minutes. I pulled the most important key takeaways from this book and have them right here. If you like this content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Audiobook Focus for more simplified book summaries every single day. Let's not waste time and dive right in. Also, if you stay to the end, I'll share the 5 main takeaways from the book and how to start implementing them today. So stay tuned. Greg McKeown's life changed forever after a defining moment in his career. He had just welcomed a newborn into the world, and shortly after was offered a big work opportunity. He chose the meeting. It was that painful decision, choosing what seemed urgent over what truly mattered, that planted the seed for this book. McKeown realized that modern life constantly pushes us to do more, say yes to everything, and chase every opportunity. But in doing that, we often sacrifice what really matters. So, he began living and teaching a philosophy of less but better. The core concept of Essentialism is simple but powerful. Not everything matters equally. In fact, most things don't matter at all. Essentialism is about clearing away the noise and focusing only on what is truly important. It's not about getting more done in less time. It's about getting the right things done. Instead of spreading yourself thin across 100 different tasks and obligations, Essentialism urges you to focus deeply on the few things that will make the biggest difference. This idea stands in sharp contrast to the way most people live. We're surrounded by a culture that celebrates hustle, multitasking, and saying yes. But essentialists are different. They say no more than they say yes. They choose their activities carefully and protect their time fiercely. And as a result, they often accomplish far more by doing less. Essentialism is not laziness. It's about making the wisest possible investment of your time and energy to operate at your highest point of contribution by doing only what is essential. McKeown explains that Essentialism is not just a productivity strategy, it's a way of life. It starts with mindset. You have to believe that you have a choice. That's the first shift. Too many people think they have to do everything asked of them, but essentialists know they don't. They understand the power of choice, and they use it to take control of their time and energy. Life becomes about deliberate action, not passive reaction. Once you embrace this mindset, the next step is to explore. Exploration means figuring out what really matters. What are your highest priorities? What activities, relationships, and projects bring the greatest meaning and results? This requires taking time to think, reflect, and evaluate. It means creating space in your life to ask, is this essential? McKeown encourages scheduling regular periods of quiet, uninterrupted thinking. Without space to reflect, you'll end up reacting to whatever's loudest, rather than what's most important. You need to slow down to discern what really deserves your energy. After you explore and decide what matters, you need to eliminate what doesn't. This is often the hardest part. It means saying no. Not once, not occasionally, but often. Saying no is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. McKeown gives readers scripts and examples for how to say no gracefully and clearly. He talks about how essentialists aren't rude. They're just honest about their limitations. Saying no allows you to protect your time, energy, and attention for the things that count. The more you say no to non-essentials, the more space you create for what truly moves your life forward. He also dives into the concept of trade-offs. In life, we can't do it all. When we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else. Essentialists embrace this reality. They ask tough questions. If I say yes to this, what am I giving up? By acknowledging trade-offs, they make smarter decisions about where to spend their time. It's not about having it all, it's about choosing what matters most and letting the rest go. Trade-offs aren't a burden, they're a gift that forces clarity. Next, McKeown talks about execution, how to actually live out essentialism once you've chosen your path. He emphasizes the importance of creating systems and routines that make it easier to stay focused. This might mean batching tasks, setting boundaries around meetings, or having a morning ritual that sets the tone for the day. The goal is to design your environment so that doing the essential things becomes the default, not the exception. He encourages making one decision that removes 100 future decisions. For example, deciding to always turn off work notifications at 6 p.m. creates freedom from nightly decision fatigue. One practical strategy is what he calls the buffer. Life is unpredictable. Things will go wrong. Essentialists build buffers into their schedules to handle the unexpected. They don't book every minute of the day. They leave space for thinking, rest, and margin. That way, when surprises come, they don't fall apart. Buffer time also allows us to go deeper into our essential work without being thrown off track. Another tool McKeown introduces is editing. Just like a good editor cuts what's unnecessary to strengthen a story, essentialists constantly edit their lives. They remove commitments, habits, and responsibilities that no longer serve them. This process is ongoing. You don't become an essentialist overnight. It's something you work on constantly, shaping, trimming, simplifying. Think of your life as a sculpture. You reveal the masterpiece not by adding, but by chipping away at what's not needed. Throughout the book, McKeown shares real-life stories of people who embraced essentialism and transformed their lives. One executive started leaving work at 5 p.m. and stopped attending unnecessary meetings. As a result, his performance and happiness improved. A designer began turning down freelance work that didn't align with her goals. She ended up creating her best work and doubling her income. These stories show that essentialism isn't just a theory. It works in the real world. Essentialism also addresses the emotional challenges of simplifying your life. Guilt, fear of missing out, and people-pleasing are all obstacles. McKeown gives tools to overcome them. He encourages readers to remember that when you say no to something non-essential, you're saying yes to something more important. You're not being selfish, you're being strategic. The courage to say no and live intentionally grows with practice. Now let's talk about the 5 main takeaways from this book and how you can begin using them today. First, recognize that you have a choice. You don't have to say yes to everything. Pause before you commit to anything. Ask yourself, is this truly essential? If the answer isn't a clear yes, then it's a no. Start tracking what you say yes to for a week and evaluate which decisions truly helped you. Second, protect time for thinking. Schedule regular breaks in your day or week just to reflect. Turn off notifications. Go for a walk. Journal. Ask yourself what's working, what's not, and what needs to change. Clarity only comes when you slow down and create space to think. Consider a weekly 30-minute personal review to reset your focus. Third, learn the gentle art of saying no. Practice it. Prepare simple ways to decline requests. Try saying, I appreciate the offer, but I won't be able to commit right now. Or, that sounds great, but I need to focus on my current priorities. Over time, this becomes more natural and empowering. You can even create a no script in advance for situations where pressure is high. Fourth, build routines and systems that make essential tasks easier. Start your day with your most important task. Set specific times for deep work. Use checklists, time blocks, or apps to stay organized. Don't rely on willpower. Design your life so essentials come first by default. When your environment supports your goals, your results improve naturally. Fifth, eliminate what no longer serves you. This could mean clearing out your schedule, your email inbox, or even your home. Take inventory. Ask, what is draining my energy that no longer brings value? Then let it go, guilt-free. Simplicity brings freedom. The less you own, physically, mentally, and emotionally, the more you can focus on what matters. These 5 takeaways can change your life, starting right now. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things. By focusing on what truly matters, you free up energy, time, and creativity. You create a life that feels lighter, more purposeful, and less chaotic. Essentialism gives you permission to stop striving for more and instead aim for better. In conclusion, Essentialism is more than a book. It's a mindset shift. It teaches us that success doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less, better. Greg McKeown gives us the tools to live with clarity, purpose, and intention. He challenges us to stop trying to please everyone and start designing a life that truly reflects what we value. Essentialism isn't about what you give up. It's about what you gain: focus, freedom, and fulfillment. If you've made it to the end of this audiobook summary, it means you're serious about living with intention. The full audiobook is linked in the description if you want to go even deeper into Greg McKeown's ideas. Like and subscribe to Audiobook Focus for more summaries like this one. And if you're still here, comment "less but better" in the comments so I know you made it to the end. I'll do my best to like and reply to every single one. Until next time.